What's up, tennis players? Thanks for tuning in. If it's not your first time here, I hope you have subscribed to the channel. If you like this video, please like the video. Today we're going over some tennis tips for left-handed tennis players. Specifically, we're going over the out-wide serve to the backhand of the weaker player. Now, righty versus righty, we know it's a little more awkward because the hitting shoulder's on the inside of the court to get out to a righty versus righty. We know for a lefty, it's easier for them to get out to the right-handed player's backhand. This obviously gives some advantage. You pull them off the court, and then you open up the court for the next shot. You can go up, you can more easier get to their weaker side. But I know what you're thinking. Well, can't a righty do the same thing to a lefty? Well, here's the thing. The reason lefties have an advantage on this is the same reason lefties have an advantage in all situations is they get to do it more. Lefties more often, all the time actually, get to play right-handed players, and they get to practice this shot and pressure situation. How often do righties get to have that situation against lefties? Very rarely. So in this video, we're going to go over how to hit the wide serve for lefties, and also right-handers. You're also going to benefit from this because you never know when you're going to want to take that serve out wide to a right-handed player. Now, to understand this, you need to have a concept of serve trajectory reality, is what I like to call it. And I love to show this graphic where I was able to get up some footage of a very high-level player, Ryan Harrison, serving to a player, a very hard, flat first serve. And you'll notice the serve still takes a looped trajectory, even a serve going very low over the net. So this idea we have in our head of trying to get taller and hit down into the court doesn't exist. This applies even more so to the out wide serve, where you're trying to hit into a shorter court, out wide obviously, and then that ball needs to have even more trajectory. It needs to come down even quicker into the court, so your ball's even going to have more arc on it. And one thing I'm certainly always trying to do is get players out of this idea of trying to extend on their serve. And it's frequently a tip given that I think almost holds players back. Even on your flat first serve, you want to still feel like you have some room to hit forward and up over the barrier of the net, relying a little bit on gravity and air resistance to bring that ball down. Again, this happens even more on the spin serve out wide. Now, I'm going to use my trusty Topspin Pro here. You probably already have one, but if you don't, be sure to use my affiliate link down in the description and buy your own. But basically, I love to take it out of its base there. And again, I'm going to demonstrate for a lefty, but righties, this applies to you too. But whether you're hitting an out-wide spin serve or just a spin serve in general, the trajectory the ball is going to take, it's going to have a forward spin on the ball somehow because it has to take an upward and down trajectory. So for a lefty, what you want to think about is hitting the ball probably from about 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock. So you're trying to go from this range, or maybe even from 4 to 10. But the idea is to not fully extend. You'll notice with spin serves, we'll see the racket more on the inside of the hand, right? Well, with this serve, it needs to happen even more. So you're going to you might bring the toss in a little bit more over your head, but the trick is to really unextend the arm a little bit. Now, in the clip of Rafa here, we'll show you, Rafael Nadal, it still looks like his arm's pretty extended, but you have to account for his body upward trajectory. But his arm is actually much less extended than it is on his first serve. So again, think about the direction you want to go with the ball. It's still going to go on a straight line from your racket to that point. So I need to have room to brush up. So I'm going to hit a little bit more here. My body might be a little more open than for a true topspin serve. And then I'm going to try to brush the ball, again, from 5 to 11 or 4 to 10. But I'm not going to be up here because I have to have that room to brush up and over the net. So try to think of making contact more on the inside of the hand. Again, compressing and rotating that ball. So you're not going to be out here. You're going to be in here more. So in order to make this work, you're going to have some other fundamentals in place. Now, you can't approach the ball with an open racket face on your serve. We see so much, and hopefully you've been a part of the YouTube channel long enough where, you know, it's just imperative to have that racket come around on edge. Where most people like to pronate the racket face early. They like to turn the strings to the ball early. Very common problem we see all the way to the highest levels is you got to really commit to getting that edge of that racket to come around. And I like to compare it to a forehand ground stroke, right? How do you hit topspin on a forehand? Well, you got to hood the racket face so that you can swing fast and away and create a vertical racket face, right? So the arm works on a radius, its face is hooded, I swing up, and it's vertical. It's the same thing here. If you want to really be able to swing fast and pronate that forearm, you got to get the racket to come around on edge. That's really going to be imperative in order to create this spin. I'm going to put a couple links in the description. One to the overextending problem I see a lot of people do, but also just the serve fundamentals course where we really talk about this hairbrush to wrong side position and using the continental grip. In the end, these types of discussions are so subtle. It's really difficult to work on. So it's going to be your understanding of how to hit the actual spin on the ball and then just going out and practicing it. You got to go out to the court and you got to find your target where you're not sacrificing too much speed for angle and you're not sacrificing too much angle for speed. Go out, set up a cone. You're going to want to give yourself some room. Even when these guys are hitting the line, they're still a foot in from the line. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here. You got to find out how wide you're comfortable hitting, and then you got to just go out and hit cones. But I know you can do it with this understanding. Go out, set up your targets. You don't need anyone to practice your serve. All you need is a basket, a ball, and a target. But go out there and get out that lefty out wide serve. And I'm a righty, so I'm certainly going to be scared to play you. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in. I hope this helps. And again, please like and subscribe. Who's a good puppy? Who's a good puppy? Joyce is a good puppy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. No, Joyce. No, sweetheart. That's Joyce. That's not for you, sweetheart. It's not for you, baby. Sorry. Sad?